Hi, welcome back to Master Recaps. Today I will show you a thriller mystery film from 2016 titled Insane, the story of Na Nam Soo, a famous host who is looking for a new challenge. After his 24-hour and minute death program was no longer popular, the only way that Na Nam Soo and his show made a comeback is he needed to find a story that would once again capture the attention of viewers. Na Nam Soo then focuses on a camouflaged murder arson in a psychiatric hospital. From this incident there was only one survivor and she was also a suspect in this case. Her name is Kang Soo-ae. She is the only survivor who was one of the patients of this mental hospital, and the reason why Na Nam Soo decided to take on the case because someone had sent him a mysterious notebook of a hospital patient. The diaries detail the dark secrets of this psychiatric hospital, saying that not all of the patients in the hospital had a psychiatric condition, but they were abducted and confined within the hospital. And they are forced to take sedatives that make everyone think they're insane. Before finally a hospital like this finally catches fire. The only person who could give the best answer was Kang Soo-ae, the sole survivor of that incident. Exactly what happened at this psychiatric hospital and what purpose does this psychiatric hospital have to do that? Na Nam Soo contacted the hospital that is currently caring for Kang Soo-ae, requesting a private meeting with her, and Kang Soo-ae welcomed Na Nam Soo was found with her body still showing traces of burnt wounds. Na Nam Soo asked Kang Soo-ae from the beginning how she got into that hospital, which she told him all the events that day. Was evening, she was walking home. Suddenly two strangers wearing hospital gowns attacked her and took her in the van. When she realized it, she was in a hospital full of psychiatric patients. She tried to tell the doctor that she was normal and not mentally ill. But the doctor said that many people say this. A madman often doesn't know he's crazy, but don't worry, there's good treatment, water and food, and there's 24 hours a day to look after her. Kang Soo-ae was sent to her room and forced to use a sedative to calm her down. She was confined with other psychiatric patients and observed their individual behavior. There are quite a few female patients in the hospital who were sexually abused by doctors and male nurses inside the hospital. And many more patients were taken to the operating room. None of those people had ever returned to their rooms. Kang Soo-ae knew that she might be next. She decides to create a situation by attacking a male patient in order to take the opportunity to summon everyone to flee. She managed to escape from the hospital and filed a complaint with the police, but what they did was to call the hospital to bring her back because he thought she was a madman who escaped from the hospital. The image has been cut back to Na Nam Soo one more time. He believed that what Kang Soo-ae said was true and tried to find out all the truth about the hospital, whether it was a list of doctors or the hospital's owner, a police chief. But the more he followed the story of it, Na Nam Soo finds out the truth and the terrifying secret of this hospital, that it's actually not a psychiatric hospital as everyone understands, but it's a human ranch that imprisoned people to sell to the rich. They will abduct normal people. Then they put them together and continually gave them sedatives, so that everyone can't stay conscious or think of a way out of here. All the victims are ultimately dissected in order to have their organs sold to the rich. Kang Soo-ae was also one of them. Throughout the time she lived in it, she had to pretend to be a lunatic in order not to be tortured by them and give her pills again, but Kang Soo-ae was more fortunate. On the other hand, there was a male nurse named Dong-sik who was always trying to help her. He took the phone number that Kang Soo-ae left behind and called her boyfriend to help Kang Soo-ae escape from here. Their plan had almost succeeded if it weren't for the fact that the doctor had known from the beginning of Dong-sik's plans that he would betray him. They captured the trio and were subjected to torture before finally catching a fire in the hospital. The real cause of the fire was the hundreds of thousands of candles that were lit in the doctor's office. With a young patient, the doctor takes special care of her and allows this patient to come in and out of his office at all times. Due to the incident that caused Kang Soo-ae to lose her boyfriend and she was only able to survive. The other patients were all burned to death because they couldn't get out of the detention room, which was later a police officer named Kang Byung-ju later decided to shoot himself. After his hospital was exposed and when things unfold, Kang Soo-ae is freed from all charges and sent back to his home to live his normal life. Na Nam-soo also received full popularity ratings after he successfully helped the police in this case, and the show returned to good ratings. Before the two of them parted ways, Kang Soo-ae said to Na Nam-soo if she knew what weapon was the most dangerous. Na Nam-soo gave a confused look before Kang Soo-ae said it was a pen. After that, Kang Soo-ae walked away from him so Na Nam-soo could reconsider the whole situation. It started with a notebook that he believed Kang Soo-ae wrote at the time of her arrest. Actually, if all this happened to her, how did Kang Soo-ae survive out of there? And when he flipped over to the last page of the notebook, he discovered that this notebook was actually a notebook. It wasn't written by Kang Soo-ae, but it was written for Kang Soo-ae. Na Nam-soo, who was able to piece together the whole story, could only laugh in her heart and drove out of her house. That's the end of the movie. Subscribe for more video like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.